Hello.
So this was a movie.
Yeah.
Welcome everybody to Pokemon to the fifth one of the Pokemon movie review. Pokemon Forever, also known as Pokemon Celebi, Voice of the Forest.
So yeah, this was one of the Pokemon movies of all time.
Yeah, it kind of just exists. A bunch of people say this one's the best one, and I'm like,
I'm trying to think like what all the other Pokemon movies were. This is the first one.
First one, the Lugia one, the Entei one, and the Mewtwo one. With Mewtwo's it currently goes Mewtwo 1, 2, 3 in the rankings for both of us currently.
Was the Entei one the third one?
Yeah. It's been a while, as you can tell.
Like, I'm trying to think. I feel like this one is like maybe on par with the Entei one, maybe even a little bit lower for me.
Yeah, I'd say the same. Where it's like, it's not bad movies. I don't want anyone to think that just because it's ranked low means it's a bad movie.
Yeah, it was fine. We had fun watching it.
There's just not much in here.
Yeah, legitimately, we got to the end of the movie. We literally just finished watching it like 5 minutes ago, and I'm legitimately like, what happened in the movie again?
Yeah, because it's like, one had a fantastic plot, two had a spectacular visuals and soundtrack, 3 was kinda meh, 4 was good, 4 had like both good visuals, music, and plot. And then this one's just kind of there.
This one is just kind of like, yeah, it's a Pokemon
There's nothing
movie.
special about this one to me.
I mean, Celebi's kind of wholesome and cute and stuff.
Yeah,
so that's cool.
It's a Pokemon. So, rating on the plot?
I mean, it's kind of just, I'm an evil trainer dude, and I'm going to catch
I'm part of
Pokemon.
Team Rocket. I'm gonna catch this legendary and usurp the boss by trying to blast it with a hyper beam.
Yeah,
it's like Goku running around catching criminals by using his Kamehameha.
In terms of the villain, it is about as bog standard as you can get by Pokemon. It is the most generic Pokemon villain.
It's not as bad as Lawrence the Third from Pokemon 2000, but it's like a step above, like only a step above that.
It's like at least it's not bad, but it is painfully generic.
Yeah, where it's like he could be replaced with any Team Rocket grunt.
Yeah.
Like he could be replaced with literally anyone.
The village just kind of exists.
Yeah. So,
there is the time
travel thing with Sammy. Even though there are multiple plot holes in that.
It's kind of a neat idea. The execution of time travel plot is pretty bad.
Yeah, there's a lot of plot holes.
Like, straight up time paradox. Like, oh man, I haven't seen. The old lady's like, I haven't seen Sammy for 40 years. I couldn't go where he could have gone. And then Sam gets sent back in time to that exact same spot, which means that she would have seen him literally minutes later, and it would have been fine.
And she wouldn't have had his sketchbook.
She wouldn't have had his sketchbook.
And she wouldn't have.
He has the. Oak has the sketchbook. She has the sketchbook. Why are there 2 sketchbooks in the present time?
And also the thing of Lady goes to Sam's mom. I can't find your son. And then Sam heads home the next day, and it's like, don't tell her, it'll be great.
It'll be hilarious. It'd be great and hilarious.
He does come back with the sketchbook, so I guess that's why there's two. There's two. Because he left the first one after the Celebi thing happened. And then brought the 40-year-old one back with him. So I guess that's how the sketchbook thing happens, but everything else is like, what?
He just has two sketchbooks and he left one. It all makes sense.
There's just everything else.
But the whole it was Professor Oak the whole time. I'm like, okay, that's pretty predictable, but it's kind of cute.
Yeah,
this is a cute little thing. Sure.
It also makes it hilarious when Oak's giving Ash shit near the beginning of the anime. being like, are you really going to be a Pokemon trainer if you can't even get up early enough to get your Pokemon?
Already knows that he's gonna be a great trainer.
I wonder if he actually caught a Pikachu that like the day before, being like, ah yes, you're the most rambunctious Pikachu that I can find. You will be perfect.
Well, except for he knows that he has a Pikachu, so he's like, ah, you're the one. Ash will be here soon.
And you're going to give him shit this whole rest of this episode. Perfect revenge. This is what you get for feeding me those berries. And waking me up in the middle of the night. Also, middle of the night. Also, Sammy, what are you doing up? It's the middle of the night. Sunrise happens 2 minutes later.
Well, you probably can't tell.
They don't have a clock?
Have you seen a clock? Do you see a watch on his wrist?
Like, isn't there a freaking watch on these people? And also that whole thing with the nighttime camp is also really weird to me, where it's like, we're being hunted by a member of Team Rocket with a giant spider robot. Ah, it's getting late. Let's camp out. What?
Honestly, that whole scene is just kind of like, yeah, you want to show off some Pokemon doing some cool stuff.
We want to have nice animation of the Butterfree in the sunset, in the sunrise.
Yeah, honestly, I feel like that's kind of like an issue I have with this movie in general, is there's kind of just a lot of filler, we want to do a cool animation bits.
And it's not good enough animation like 2000. Like, 2000 could get away with it because it was legit spectacular and hand-drawn. Meanwhile, this thing has CGI Wicker Mantis.
Yeah.
The Dark Balls are also just really weird. Like, who created those?
Team Rocket did.
Why don't we ever see it again, then?
Because
If it makes all your Pokemon stronger, and immediately has them obey you and turn stronger, why doesn't everyone use those?
I don't know, maybe the math dude took all the prototypes.
Or the fact that if your Pokemon even slightly disobeys you, it immediately destroys the Dark Ball.
Yeah, maybe that was why. They're like, oh, this actually doesn't work. As soon as if the Pokemon has too strong a will, it just destroys the Pokeball, and we lose a whole bunch of money.
Even though it's a kind of useless Pokeball too, because Pokeball equals you're friends with it now. It will join you on your adventure. Meanwhile, the Dark Ball is like it hates you still, but it's forced to do your bidding until it has too strong a will, and then the Dark Ball breaks and you can't control it anymore.
Yeah.
This movie is full of holes.
But it's still fine.
It's still an average Pokemon movie. You get cute Celebi moments. You get nice Suicune moments. You get the kids crying when they think Celebi dies.
Yeah.
It's an average Pokemon movie. It's very, very average.
Yeah.
Very, very average.
Well, we could give it at least that the random NPC that joined the party was actually like relevant.
Super relevant.
It's actually like relevant and memorable.
Yeah, it's not just like the other movies where it's not like Movie 3 where they just stayed back in the town. Or in Pokemon, or in Mewtwo Returns, where it looks like Team Rocket doesn't even notice they exist. The 2000 chick actually was in the plot, though. Both of those 2000 chicks were in the plot.
They did stuff. So I guess that's not even unique to this movie.
Yeah. If you want the cool legendary Pokemon movie with good visuals, but you want it better, it's called Pokemon 2000.
Yeah, honestly, I was legitimately thinking this feels like how I felt about 2000, except for without the really cool animation.
Yeah, this is kind of just it kind of does feel like that. Yeah, it really is, now that I'm really thinking about it. Just replace Island Adventure with Forest. It really is just another freaking nature should be preserved thing. Balance of nature thing, isn't it? It's another freaking balance of nature, but without the cool visuals and soundtrack. And also, Lugia's better than Celebi.
Celebi very cute though, but that might just be because I haven't even mentioned.
It's literally designed to be cute.
I haven't even mentioned this yet. This is the only Pokemon thing I had watched previously before we started watching Pokemon together.
Yeah.
So it's not as good as I remember.
Yeah, it's not like my thing of 2000 where it took 10 minutes into that review before I was able to put the nostalgia goggles off.
Yeah, I was like 10 minutes into the movie and I was like, I don't know about this.
Very average. The only really surprising part is the random feats of strength that occur. Near the beginning, where Ash is held up by random ship guy, and then the point where Jesse grabs falling Ash and Sam.
With Pikachu hanging off of Ash as well.
That's like 150 pounds on one hand, 120 pounds on the other, and they were falling. And she's tied up and literally upside down.
She's tied up and upside down, so she has terrible leverage.
And she was still able to do that. And then they just left her.
With no apparent significant effort as well, I should mention.
Yeah.
She just kind of like, yep, caught him. Wait, where are you guys going?
Come on, help me! What the frick? The comedy in this movie's alright, though.
Yeah, it's fine.
Are they gonna be okay? Unfortunately, yes, but let's go.
Yeah. Was it as good as Mewtwo Returns? No.
God, no. Not even close.
Mewtwo Returns beats this entire movie's comedy combined with like 2 jokes.
Why is it like sparking like that? Maybe it wants to play. Go, electric water attack. Electric absorption water. I think those two beat this whole movie's jokes. Yeah, very average Pokemon movie. Okay, so where does it go in the rankings then, currently? Is it below 3 or is it above 3?
I think it's probably below 3.
I don't know. It doesn't have a major plot hole like the unknown. Like the unknown problem. Like, at least the villain's plot... There's actually a villain in here.
I don't know. It's difficult because it's like... This one is just very fine. While movie 3, I feel like I feel like movie 3 had a lot more potential than this one and didn't live up to it.
Meanwhile...
This one is just very fine. So it's a little hard to compare them, honestly.
Yeah, but... Yeah, it doesn't beat 2-1 or Mewtwo. It's not even close to 2-1 or Mewtwo Returns.
Yeah.
But it's like, is it... I'd say it's slightly above Free, because it's like, it's fine.
I'll say they're about
I don't have a massive problem with it. Like, it doesn't have a massive problem like Free does. Where Free literally feels like they made the plot first. They made the plot first and were like, oh, we need to add a legendary in here, Entei. At least this feels like a Celebi movie. Unlike the other one where it was like, we have Entei and Unknown.
I'll give
Entei's just kinda here.
I think I'd probably say they're about tied for me.
Yeah, I'd give it just the slightest edge over Free, because this at least feels like a Celebi movie. It feels like, with Celebi's time travel, Celebi's main thing is actually a main plot point.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, did Entei even need to be in Free?
Nope.
So I'll give Forever at least that. It actually uses its legendary well. I think this is the last one I can say that's going to be lower than the things we have. Because I remember the rest of these actually being kind of good. Like, at least above average.
Nice.
Like, even from back in the day, I was like, all of these are above average. So I think we'll at least be able to do that.
Alright.
See you guys see you guys in a few days for the Pokemon Heroes review. The Latios and Latias one. Where Ash kisses a Latias.
Huh.